Well, Secretary Burwell, on the research component, and in fact on many of the things we're talking about, I think there is a commonality of goals here that shared goals that hopefully we can figure out how to take advantage of. And you know, our increase in NIH research was actually 6.6%. That's 5% plus inflation. That's a goal that Senator Durbin said if we just had that as our goal from now on, that would do a lot for families. That would do a lot for taxpayers. You know, a statistic that gets anybody's attention when I use it, or a projection, is that on Alzheimer's alone, we're spending $250 billion annually right now. We'll be spending 1.2 trillion of today's dollars by 2050, which is more than twice the defense budget. And when you know, most people, including me, when you say $1.2 trillion, that doesn't trigger a whole lot in my mind. That's more scary than some lower number than that. When you say twice the defense budget, obviously whatever we learn in this what would be a relatively small investment in research is important. But if you're going to have a pattern, the second year of a pattern is really important. So we did $2 billion, added $2 billion to the $30 billion last year. This would be a terrible year to wind up cutting that by $800 million. This would be a great year to add another 5% plus inflation, in addition to whatever else we can do for short-term ways to move us forward there. My last question is going to be on just mental health. I do appreciate you're stepping forward, looking at excellence in mental health. And again, while I'll do just exactly what Senator Alexander did. While I've got Senator Alexander and Senator Murray here, I would say when we were able to pass the demonstration projects on excellence in mental health, which have been very well received by the mental health community, the goal that Senator Stabenow and I had when we introduced that legislation was that the initial problem to be solved is having somewhere to go. Having providers is really important, various different ways to handle privacy issues that might relate to your support group is important. But if you don't have anywhere to go, none of those things really matter. And I know you're looking at a way we can move from 8 to 14. We're looking at talking to CBO about some numbers that might let us move further, because I think, and this is the question to you, I think what is generally believed to be the case and what initial studies have indicated is it really, not only is it the right thing to do, but really doesn't cost anything in total health care dollars to treat behavioral health like all other health, because it's so much easier to deal with every other problem that someone has that has a behavioral health problem. And I'll let you comment on that.
Yes, and I think it gets to the part of the conversation we had with the senator from Hawaii in terms of the importance of how these issues interact with our overall healthcare cost, and whether it's behavioral health issues or also the issues of people's homelessness, other kinds of things that inhibit people from getting to the health they do. I think you know we have put the money in to build on the project that you and Senator Stabenow and Ms. Matsui on the House side have been very engaged in. I think you know we've worked with you to implement it faster than the statutory deadlines in terms of getting everything out, because we want to shift very quickly to what you said, where there is equity in terms of behavioral health issues, and there are places for people to go to do it. We think we can do that in ways, I think, as you indicated, that can move us to a place where we have delivery system reform too, the way you've done it in terms of quality measures, access for people, and getting to a place where you get better quality at a more affordable price.
Right. Well, I think the way we've allowed we've required really the law enforcement community and emergency rooms to become the go-to place for behavioral health is just outrageous.
It is.
Just outrageous. Also, on the opioid problem, and Senator Sheen, we're coming right to her, and this is an issue that she has been very engaged in. And telehealth, I have an amendment that I believe will be accepted on that bill that would allow telehealth to also be part of the mix of things coming together for dealing with opioids. Senator Sheen.